Jah Rastafari, Christ in his kingly character, the first Christ, Jesus Christ. We're not talking the image of the beast. That second painting, or that painting of Jesus Christ Michael by Michelangelo, that is not Christ. So we call upon Jah, the one from Psalm 68 verse 4, where he says, sing unto God, sing praises to his name. Extol him who ride upon the heavens by his name, Jah, and rejoice before him. So and we rely on Jah, we depend on Jah, we abide by Jah, and we keep our hope in Jah. Now we come to talk about the dragon, So remember, the dragon is a thing that was talked about basically from creation. They must say dinosaurs and all these things, but we say more than that. Understand? It's talked about in the Old Testament and the New Testament. And places like in Psalms 148 verse 7. He said, praise the Lord from the earth, you dragons and all deeps. In Psalms 19 and 30, you shall tread upon the lion and the adder, and the young lion and the dragon shall you trample underfoot. You can read even things about the dragon in Ezekiel, Jeremiah, and Nehemiah. Now, you notice the dragon is a dangerous person. So first, we have to know who is the dragon and what is the dragon, even in earth, as well as biblically. Biblically, we're going to look at Revelations chapter 12. And Revelation chapter 12 from verse 7, it says, there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven for them. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. You notice something? Why you want to look at it? He was cast out, because of his jealousy towards the Father. Because he was very close to the Father. Maybe he was the first angel. He was one of the four creatures. It was five creatures. But presently there's four cherubims around God singing, holy, holy, holy. He was one of them, but he was expelled. He was the representation for the reptiles. So the representation for the reptiles is not in the cherubims. He was expelled from heaven according to this chapter 12. Because if you read in Revelation chapter 4, you'd find out that there's only one with the face of a lion, which is for all predatory animals, one with the face of an eagle, which is all, the birds of prey, all animals that can fly, even insects. One with the face of a human being represents human beings and the primates. And one with the face of an ox represents all grazing animals. The one for the reptiles are not there. He was expelled, and this is where he was expelled. But if you notice, he was given the name serpent. We know that serpent is a reptile, like a dragon, a lizard, or a snake. He was also called the devil. And then he was given the name called Satan. And this was commander, and he was expelled from heaven. That means he cannot be in heaven. He's on earth. You see it? As the Bible tells you. You see me? See? He cast out unto the earth and into the deepest sea, and his angels were cast out with him. Yes, man. That same old dragon. So that's the one we call Lucifer. You understand? Beelzebub, the same one. Okay, so now he's on earth and he wants control of this earth. That's why God have to send now Christ to nullify him, Lucifer. So he told him here is on earth, and which one shall be the winner? Who shall control earth? Shall it be Lucifer or shall it be Christ? Yes, man. So after him expelled now, Revelation chapter 2 now, 13 verse 2. And the beast, he came out of the sea. He have 7 heads and 10 horns, and 10 crowns upon his horns, and must the name of blasphemy. So he have 7 heads and 10 horns. That was the original 10 kings of Europe. But that in 3 was captured by Rome, by the Western Roman Empire, which was controlled by the papacy. It was the Visigoths, the Lombards, or well, it's three of them. I can't quite remember the next one. So that's why from 10 to 7 heads. You understand? Because one head became 4 parts. All right. So that is the papacy, which Napoleon did give a wicked wound, and Napoleon tried to lick it out of earth, and it was rebirthed back. It was by Pope Pius, Paul Pius the 4th or the 6th or the 9th, one of them. And then him grew it straight up to Pope John Paul II, who revived it properly in about the 1970s or such. All right. And the beast was like unto a leopard, feet of a bear and mouth of a lion, and the dragon gave him his power, his seat, and great authority. And I saw on his heads as it were wounded, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they also worshipped the beast. So now, let's have a little bit of deciphering to do. Come and tell about the beast now, where the dragon will give the power unto. But the beast of the mouth, as the one, was like unto a leopard. Can remember say, one of the Babylonian power, I think the last one before the papacy, was Greece, was represented by the leopard. The feet of a bear was Medo-Persia. In his mouth he had some bones, and he leaned to the right was Medo-Persia. But the feet of a bear, so they have the feet of a bear in this beast. And the mouth of a lion, which was the original Babylonian kingdom of Mesopotamia. Understand me? So this whole beast now, we have a conglomeration of each piece. It's an amalgamated beast, which is Rome, which have a bit of everybody in it. So the dragon gave him his power, his seat, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. But it's the same dragon who was expelled by Michael, the devil. That's the same dragon that gave him his power. Now, the dragon who is represented on earth by the dragon is mainly communism. Russia, China mainly, who control the dragon over into Japan. All of the Oriental Asian people, them deal with the dragon. See? Yeah, man, so it was from Babylon to Medo-Persia to Greece to the papacy. Alright. And China is the dragon. And you know, so China has somebody think about the 5 greatest invention ever, which was the gunpowder, the printing machine, the compass, and something else, I don't know. But the gunpowder now is what is one of the great danger, the greatest danger, and that's the power that the dragon gave to the Chinaman, who represents the dragon upon the face of the earth. So the dragon gave them this power. It was made into a lab, you know. The claims that this man was looking to make the elixir of immortality, of immortality. But instead him come upon this gunpowder thing, which was acting as an explosive. But I don't believe that. The dragon gave it to it straight. Because this thing, we didn't call it dragon power. So that's where you get the word powder. They abbreviate the dragon and get a D. And they put the D between the W and the E in power and get powder. And then you get the word gunpowder. Because powder is a dragon thing, you know. So in some... So China the dragon invented the gun, one of the first invention, the gunpowder in the 9th century. Gunpowder originally invented by the Taoists for a medical purpose, used for warfare at the beginning of the 10th century. Inadvertently invented by them alchemists, but we don't believe that, while attempting to make an elixir of immortality. You see, by the dragon. So when you make man can't dead, but God give them that power. So the Chinese now, whoever in Asia, the dragon, has this power, which is a dangerous power which they could use and actually conquer the world themselves. Because if you look further down, it said some Chinese forces first used guns in war. So he said the first gun was about 1000, about CE 1000, 1000 years after Christ. The first guns by the Chinese. So the first gun now was made in a place called Heilongjiang. So it was made there, they called the first gun, which was a cannon, they called it the Heilongjiang hand cannon. So that's what the Chinaman them start with the first one thing we make a rocket, they make mortar, they make explosive, they make dynamite, they make grenade, they make all type of things. And all type of different explosive from this gunpowder. Without gunpowder, weapons needed to kill people quickly, like bombs and automatic guns, would not be around. So the gunpowder, without gunpowder, you would have them dreadful killing machine, which was the dreadful power, which only the Chinese have it up on the face of the earth. The white man, the Europeans never have it, neither the Arabians. So without gunpowder, them could do nothing, and this is made out of potassium, nitrate, them call it saltpeter, and out of charcoal and sulfur, which is in a ratio of 75, 15, 10 to make it up to the 100. You see me? So, what I try to show you now, say, the dragon run the thing, you know. The dragon run the world. So, him now, when him give the European the power of the gun, he gave them in about the 13th century, let them develop their own guns that they could get to conquer the world, because the Chinaman has done actually even went to Africa already and did a reconnaissance job for Africa. And then he gave them the gun to go and capture it and take it as much, because Europeans, who were the Canaanites, who were expelled from Canaan by Joshua, who were actually the Canaanites, who changed their name to Caucasians, because the Canaanites' name is Caucasian now. They were living in squalor in Europe, in that cold place. They needed energy, they needed food, they needed clothing, they needed so much. And the only way to get it was to have a power. And that's why when now the Chinese gave the Pope the gun and the gunpowder, that was when he gave the beast his power and great authority. See it? He gave the beast his gun and his great authority. And that he said, and the beast was like unto a leopard, feet of a bear, mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, his seat and great authority. So when China gave them the gun, because China could have taken the gun and captured the world himself. You understand me? So them now is the one who went, capture the earth, get all the energy, get all the foods and fruits into Europe, the cottons of America, the sugar cane of Jamaica, the gold and diamonds of South America, the gold and diamond of America itself, the gold and diamond of the Caribbean islands and into Africa. You know, it was like that. And for 500 years, he gave them. Until in 1492, when Christopher Columbus set sail from Jamaica, from I think it was Genoa in Italy, in the Pinta Nina and the Santa Maria, full of gunpowder and guns to take the world. And they sailed west, telling lies that they was looking for India. And instead they broke up on the West Indies. So much lies. They had that plan. This was a plan of the Masonic Lodge. It was a plan of the Babylonians. You understand me? And they came here and they captured the Caribbean islands, they captured South America and kill off everybody using biological weapons, chemical weapons, and all type of other weapons, and destroy them and take over and make the new world. So now they are here to put their new world into order. Jah Rastafari. Come from paradise Babylon. We burn the dragon. See? So who say Rastaman can bust the pump action? Them wrong. I feel the Almighty One. Who say Rastaman can bust the pump action? Them wrong. Blam blam blam. Who say Rastaman can bust the pump action? Them wrong. I feel the Almighty One. Who say Rastaman can bust the pump action? Them wrong. Blam, 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 come. Now are the times, the bells them a chime. Everything is set, the dice is going to roll. Babylon, you're gonna have a high death toll. Your time is coming to an end. Blam, blam, boom. Mash up the Statue of Liberty, lick down Big Ben. Talking to all the children. Open your ears and hear Selassie come again. Open your eyes and watch we done the serpent on the battlefield. Be diligent, Fighting the Armageddon with enough commitment. No sentiment, we are go show Babylon. For in a hellfire, them figure long, galang. Babylon, you're wrong. You have not sing me song in our strange land. You're unrepentant. Me say, bam, diddly, dang, you must say prang, bang. Who say Rastaman can bust the pump action? Them wrong. I feel the Almighty One. Who say Rastaman can bust the pump action? Them wrong. Blam, blam, blam. Who say Rastaman can bust the pump action? Them wrong. I feel the Almighty One. Who say Rastaman can bust the pump action? Them wrong. Blam, blam, look how long. Babylon, you have your programs tormenting our minds, leading us astray as if we're blind with soap opera design. Blah, 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 blah.